Well, the Monaco Grand Prix. What do I say? Well, firstly, it wasn't, Verstappen clears off and wins. I mean, even though he did very much do that, he did a lot to deserve the win today. Well, I'm saying today, I'm recording this the night after, and this occurred out like a couple of days after that. Yeah, it was a good watch. It just showed how in control he is. This is the thing, when you've got somebody who's winning so much, this is what, 39th race win, you start to run out of superlatives until you've got a truly exceptional drive. And it's one of those things that you can tell when it comes to one of the greats, and it's the same with the car, it's the same with the driver, but you have to get them both together to get it to work. With the greats, they make the biggest feats look mundane. Today you won by nearly 30 seconds from Fernando Alonso. And sure, that was because Aston Martin got the tyre call wrong and had to do a second stop. But he was still able to hold the measure of him, and he didn't look like he was pushing that much. Sure, he made a couple of mistakes, and he may have got unfortunate to not be out from them, but these cars are very robust. I mean, look at George Russell's unsafe rejoin that got him a 5-second time penalty. A few years ago, that could have just ended his race and Sergio Perez's. So, in some ways, both of them were quite lucky that it didn't. Well, for certain, both of them were quite lucky that it didn't. What else is there? Well, Ocon on the podium. You'd think that it was quite boring if you looked at that top three being the same as it was in qualifying, but they did really well to do that. Ocon did very well defending against Sainz, who was pressured into a stake, got himself a black and white flag, and then Ferrari did what Ferrari does. Seeing Leclerc throwing those blocks on Sainz coming out of the Neufeld chicanes, they were both trying to stumble their way back to the pits after Sainz went off. It was very funny. But yeah, Lewis Hamilton the fastest lap and a fourth place, a very distant fourth place. You can't really tell those Mercedes upgrades are working here because, well, it's Monaco. Spain will be where we get the proper measure of it. But I have a feeling that we're going to see there just opens up the setup window. We're not going to see a particular improvement in their performance. We're not going to see them like jump up to be race winning contention. But the problem they've had W13 in the early parts of the W14, which they do believe is narrowed out to side pods, is the fact that they have to work in a very narrow setup window to avoid porpoising, which means a lot of compromises. Elsewhere, yeah, double points for Alpine with Gasly in 7th, and with 9th and 10th going the way of Norris and Piastri, it's a double points for McLaren. They could be very happy with that. And what that ends up meaning is that Verstappen now has over a race in hand over Sergio Perez because Perez didn't score. Perez still holds second though, 12 points clear of Fernando Alonso, with Hamilton in 4th and Russell in 5th. Which, does that mean the Mercedes are now 1 point behind Aston Martin, thanks to Stroll's DNF today. Ferrari is seemingly distant in 4th, and then Alpine has made itself the kind of best of the rest after that. But for a sense of how dominant this season's been, you've got Checo with an on-score there. But Red Bull's got 249 points. Aston doesn't even have half that in second place, they have 120. We talk about dominant seasons in F1, we talk about dominant teams, dominant cars, dominant drivers, but Red Bull is a team that's really got it together right now, because even on their bad days, they can still stretch their lead to the point that they now have double the points of the next closest team. After what? Is it technically 5, technically 6 races? Well, it's technically 6, technically 7, yeah. Sure, 5 of them have been street circuits, but thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.